Hey guys, it is Thursday, February 6, 2025, and I'm here with some free VST plugins to help you with your musical adventures and endeavors. We are in the month of February 2025, which is themed with free, 100% free, creative effect plugins. Sometimes a little bit strange, and it doesn't have to be effect plugins. It can be an instrument, but most of them are going to be effect plugins that you use in the creative stages most times. All right, so let's jump right into it. The free VST plugin for today is as follows. So first up, we have all of these are from the same developer today. So number one, we have Prisma from Unplug Red. And this is a multi-band distortion plugin. We'll get into it in more detail in a second. Next up, we have Crumble, which is a very interesting delay plugin. And to round everything up, we have Sunburnt, which is a reverb plugin. All right, let's jump to the website really quick. The website is very bizarre. It has a very specific aesthetic to it. Very Windows internet, I should say, 1997, 1995. Very wacky. They have other plugins here you can check out, but these are the ones that I definitely use. But that's what the website looks like. So let's jump over to the DAW and see what we have going on here. So we have this loop from last time. All right, so first let's look at Sunburnt. So with this, the interface is resizable. You can just right click on just about any part of the interface, and go to scale. So with this one, the interesting thing is we have our settings down here with the dry, the wet. They give you two separate knobs for dry and wet signal. And then we have density, length, depth, and speed. Depth and speed is dealing with some form of modulation of the reverb signal. So the cool thing is this envelope here. So if you kind of understand how reverb works, the envelope makes sense. So this would control the timing, which would be like the pre-delay. It's gonna react like a pre-delay function. So the way it curves and where you put this is gonna determine the pre-delay of the reverb. This right here, this envelope is gonna control the flow of the reverb once it starts. So this is kind of like an ADSR for the reverb signal. So it will affect overall, the envelope is affecting the attack, decay, sustain, and the release of the reverb. So it's gonna dictate how quickly it comes in after the signal hits it. It's gonna dictate the volume of the reverb, somewhat the size of the reverb, and how it decays and how the tail trails off. So that's what this is, if you're gonna be playing with all of these settings. So let's listen to what it sounds like as I move this envelope around. So while I'm tweaking, until I let go of the envelope, I don't hear the change. And I'm pretty sure I could probably add another envelope point. You get the point. You can get crazy with the envelope, and that's where it gets weird and interesting. You can get rhythmic. I'm sure you can get some reverse type feeling. Definitely some nice swells and crescendos going into the reverb. Over here we have a basically a rough EQ section over here. So we have high pass, low pass, shimmer, and then there is a pan button. I'm not sure what that does. I'm assuming maybe ping pong. I don't know. It just says pan. When you hit it, you get this little animation. Okay. And then you can click on that. So I did. Okay. And then I guess I can mess with the pan of the reverb. Very interesting. So that's really, okay, there we go, low pass. So definitely interesting interface and an interesting approach. All right, let's move on. I don't want this video to be too long. Crumble. I use this one a lot. So the cool thing about this one is the interface is kind of showing you what's happening. So even as soon as you start playing, you're gonna see it bouncing to the time of the delay bounce. And then with the feedback, as I'm pushing the feedback up, you see the trails of the knobs showing you the knobs trailing off based on how much the feedback is turned up. Let's go in order here. So we have chew, which is basically kind of like the tape, like a tape machine developing deterioration, and what they call chew, which is gonna deteriorate the sound and give you like a lesser quality, more chewed up audio for the delays. So you hear the delays are getting crunchy, distorted, and visually you see everything getting distorted as I turn up the chew. So if you want to dirty up the signal of the delay, you would use some chew. Pitch starts to drop the pitch. And we get this happening visually. Drop it an octave. We got reverse, the color's reverse. Dry wet mix. Fades it out. Low pass. I wish they would have gave you a high pass. They do not. Then with the time, they have it where it's set in millisecond, but right here, it's showing you control in parentheses, brackets. If you hold control, it'll switch it to, it'll go through time signatures. So half note, whole note, quarter note. I'm trying to remember if it was like this in the beginning, because I really doubt that it was, because I remember when I first started using this, I was yearning for that. I think it was just set to a millisecond, but they probably got some feedback and they've made some changes, some minor updates. So they added that, which I appreciate. And the interface is intuitive. So if you're paying attention, you'll see it and be like, oh, control, hold control. And now we got time signatures, subdivisions. And we don't have to try and calculate the reverb by milliseconds, which you still can. And last but not least, there is ping pong and there is modulation. You guys pretty much get it. Moving right along. So the last one is Prisma, but there's also Prismon, which I never noticed before until I was getting ready for this video. So Prismon is the single band version of Prisma, and it pretty much gets installed by default when you are installing Prisma. So I'm not gonna look at this, I'm just gonna show it to you, and then we're gonna go right to Prisma, the multi-band version, because everything pretty much applies. So this is a multi-band distortion, and you can add, I'm assuming, 4 different types of distortion per band. I don't know if you could increase that, but from what I'm seeing, we have 4 bands divided up. We got low, low mid, high mid, and the highs. And for each band that they have predetermined, I see 4 slots for you to add some kind of distortion or saturation or clipping. So when you click here, you get this list of different types of distortion or clipping that you can add. So we have soft clip, hard clip, heavy, we have asymmetric, we have rectify, fold, sine fold, zero cross, bit crush, sample divide, ring modulation, DC, gain, width, pen. You just have all these options just to tackle that one band. I'm not gonna go through the depth of it and any sound examples because it's gonna get chaotic, but you get the whole point. You go in, click on the type of distortion or whatever bit crushing that you want for that band, and then you can dial it in how much you want and listen to the sound. Can you solo a band? There's probably a way with some keyboard shortcut or something, or maybe not, but you could turn the band up and down. Oh, you can mess with the crossover. Okay, and you see the visual happening up top here. Right up here, you see the crossover section changing. So you can basically predetermine the range of the band. You see the size changing there. So that's pretty cool. There's an A/B section at the bottom. There's a quality section, dry wet for the overall effect that you dialed in. So weird interface, very functional, very sound designy. So if you're looking for something to do some multi-band distortion, that's gonna definitely fit the bill. So that's pretty much it for the video, guys. Check those plugins out. They have a strange approach, strange website, very strange and active interface, but they're very effective. I use Crumble a lot. I've used Prisma before for some sound designing. I've never used Sunburn. I'm gonna mess with it a little bit, but definitely check those out. The link is in the description. It'll take you to that blog page where you can click on the corresponding download links. There is also a link in the description for my video series called PC Specs. It was updated, I think, in 2020 or 2021. There's an old version from like 2015. Watch the newer version, but definitely check out that video series. It'll give you an understanding on how your computer's internal parts works along with your DAW to help you produce music smoothly. It helps power your DAW and gives it all the right resources for you to operate smoothly. So if you're having issues with your system, things are not running smoothly, plugins are causing a lot of clicks and pops, you're having latency issues, things that cause distractions and make it hard for you to do what you're doing, compose music, record music, MIDI editing, audio editing, mixing, your system is just not keeping up. That series will help you understand why and what you need to do to get a better system, upgrade your system to make sure that it operates smoothly in this day and age with these power demands for the latest plugins and DAWs that are out there. So definitely check out that video series. There is also a growing playlist, a link for a growing playlist in the description for these videos that I do multiple times a week. So if you're looking for more free VST plugins, 100% free, please definitely check out those videos. There's a lot there, over 370 videos there. So if you're looking for more free plugins, 100% free, check out that playlist, check out some of those videos. There's also a playlist for my new series that I started this year called 52 Weeks of Reaper, where I release a new video every Saturday discussing a new feature, not a new feature, but every week it'll be a new feature that I'm discussing in the video because it's a new video. A feature of Reaper. I will be diving into features of Reaper every week for 52 weeks. Week 6 is this Saturday, so there'll be a new video there. Check out the 5 videos that are there so far as I talk about and highlight some features in Reaper that makes it a great digital audio workstation. So also there's a link in the description with my socials. Check all that stuff out, guys. The links are all in the description. Check back tomorrow. I'll be wrapping up the week with the theme of this month being free VST plugins that are very creative and sometimes a little bit weird. All right, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. And as always, you will see me in the next video.